Eros, who is his kind of right-hand man, but small.
Okay. My soldier in training, if you will. And I'm Pat Sullivan. I play Mark Antony.
This is my second year doing the Nashville Shakespeare Festival's apprentice company. So I'm like one of the first journeymen, which is the second iteration, but it's only my fourth play or so, really, ever. But I love Shakespeare. It's my favorite.
I've been doing this for 25 years, and just been fortunate. I've spent a lot of time in New York. I've done several leads on Broadway in New York, and I've done Shakespeare-wise, I've only done 4 or 5 Shakespeares. I've worked with a lot of the companies and do things like To Kill a Mockingbird at Shakespeare Company and Our Town at Shakespeare. I think Nashville is such a cool town, and I love it. And my dearest friend on the planet lives here with his family, and he's a songwriter. And we try to get together. We're actually writing a musical for the World War II Museum right now in New Orleans, and it just worked out perfectly to be here for 3 months and do this. And then what's phenomenal is nobody does Antony and Cleopatra.
David Ian Lee has said it's about passion, and how the more chaotic side can be good and bad, and how it, if you're
Yeah, absolutely. It's really just a show about passion, and he likes to use a phrase that's similar to this. I don't think it's it, but he said it's when the immovable force meets the unshakable presence, or something like that. And you've got 2 people that were real, that were gods. They were considered deities. And Antony even talks about himself in the non-cut version about being Achilles. He said, "I am an heir to Achilles." And but you've got these 2 people with incredible passions, that he's married and she was married to Caesar, and they get together and it's just about passion, and it's hard to sustain that, and then their passions keep leading them. For it to be that heavy, it's got to get more and more passion, and it just leads to a really tragic demise of both of them at the end of the show, just because their passions can't say, no, we can't do this anymore. You know, and they just keep going and keep going until, do you want me to tell you how it ends?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, he kills himself at the end of the piece, because she tells her servants to say, go tell Mark Antony I killed myself and see what happens. So they come and say, Cleopatra's killed herself, so he kills himself. And then a servant shows up and said, oh, Cleopatra was joking about the killing. He's like, what? You know, so they take him, and this has happened in real life. So they take him to her. He basically dies in her bosom, kissing her, and then she can't take it anymore, so she gets an asp and kills herself, gets a snake. So it's just where passion can drive you.
25 years, you said you've been doing this? And I've only been at it like 3. But it's really an honor to work with all these professionals who are so amazing, and to be like with them.
But it's likewise an honor, because it's what's really incredible is the show is so driven with Antony. He's out of the box, and the only time you get to see him settle is this scene. It's my longest scene in the show is with him, and it's him when he's first starting to go, I don't think I can do this anymore. When he starts to first have thoughts of suicide. I mean, I say to him, there's left us ourselves to end ourselves. And she hasn't killed herself. So it's already, the whole second act, he's crumbling and breaking. But it's just a beautiful scene where we just get to sit down without any energy that we've been having the whole show, and just sit down and relax and talk about the clowns.
Wow.
And it's phenomenal just to sit there and go, God, and look at that one, and then there's that one.
That's fantastic, yeah.
It's a beautiful show. Yeah. And amazing that it's never done. And I think because the characters aren't really sympathetic. Yeah.
I'm Sarah from Sherman, and I am mainly the messenger to Cleopatra.
I'm Amanda Bell, and I play Charmian, who is Cleopatra's kind of right-hand woman, best friend, with her from the beginning to end, very, very end.
I've been seeing Shakespeare plays since I was 5, so I've kind of grown up on Shakespeare, but I haven't said, this is the end of my first year being involved in acting, and this is the first actual play that I've done, so it's amazing.
I have kind of done theater and dance for several years, but I really got into it in college when I knew it was kind of what I wanted to pursue as a career. I did a lot of contemporary though, and I started getting into Shakespeare kind of a couple years ago, but I really didn't start truly studying him or kind of training in his work until this summer. And I fell in love with it, really.
Adjusting to the role, probably learning the language and being able to speak it in a way that it's not like, what language is this guy speaking? Rather, oh, he's just talking normally, but those are weird words. That was kind of a hard part to overcome. And then my favorite part is when I bring Cleopatra some bad news and she goes off on me real hard.
It's a lot of fun.
It's amazing. It's terrifying, but it's amazing.
For me, I think just one of the hardest but also most satisfying parts is when your voice and body are connected in the right way and you're able to invite the audience in to really share in what you're doing and just being able to talk to them. When it's done, it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun for me and it's a lot of fun for them.
I mean, I plan on auditioning for, I'm in the Apprentice Company this year, we both are, and I plan on auditioning next year for the Journeyman Company, which is the next step up. So hopefully I'll be able to be back here again next year.
I want to keep doing Shakespeare forever, man. I love it. I love working with this company. I'm about to move up to New York, so I'm gonna hope to keep doing a lot of stuff up there too. And yeah, we're really proud to be in the show.